They held a primary. People, they had ballots. They filled out circles. They went to the voting booths.
On Fox News, Trump advisor Stephen Miller went berserk.
They spent money on advertisements. And as President Trump said, the Republican Party spent tens of millions of dollars running against Joe Biden.
Like, if the other side is freaking out and going crazy, you know you've got them where you want them.
Now they just woke up one morning and said, never mind, we're canceling the entire primary.
And it isn't just Miller who is melting down. Donald Trump is also flipping out.
Most people say that over the last month, he's been more serene than usual since the trial. He's been a little calmer than usual. But the one thing that got to him was the idea that he might not be running against Biden.
True Social, quote, "So we are forced to spend time and money on fighting crooked Joe Biden. He polls badly after having a terrible debate and quits the race. Now we have to start all over again." Ditto from House Speaker Mike Johnson.
I do think it's problematic. I think millions of the American people believe that this is problematic. This is not the way the system is supposed to work. There's a reason it's unprecedented. You don't just, steamroll the rules and the process because you decide that your candidate is no longer suitable. That's what's happened here. I think everybody can see it for themselves.
But now you're hearing Mike Johnson, you're hearing all these other people just freaking, oh, this is illegal. You can't do that. Like, what? You can't decide at a convention who your nominee is going to be. You can't let the delegates decide. Well, yeah, you can. You can decide at the convention it's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life.
But stupidity is what the Trump campaign and their surrogates seem to be counting on. They appear to want low information and low thinking voters to believe that Democrats are somehow cheating, because those absurd claims about cheating have resonated with many Republican voters before. And again, all of this underscores that Donald Trump and his campaign often rely on Americans' ignorance. Donald Trump even seemed to engage in projection on that over the weekend. In psychology, projection is a defense mechanism in which you attribute your own unacceptable behavior or urges or views to somebody else. Here's part of Donald Trump's weekend speech in Michigan.
And as you're seeing, the Democrat Party is not the party of democracy. They're really the enemies of democracy. This stupid president that we have, stupid, he's a stupid person. This stupid person, low IQ, he's a low IQ individual. Take his IQ. I guarantee you it's in the low 50s or 60s. From crooked Joe Biden and Kamala, I call her Laughing Kamala. You ever watch her laugh? She's crazy. You can tell a lot by a laugh. No, she's crazy. She's nuts. She's not as crazy as Nancy Pelosi, crazy Nancy.
Low-energy insults seem to be all Donald Trump has in response to the Biden withdrawal and Democratic Party unity over Kamala Harris. And the gut punch to the Trump campaign is even more severe when you consider this. For the past year, the leading Trump campaign argument has been that Joe Biden is frail, confused, and old. So many of the Trump attacks have been aimed at conditioning voters to reject Biden simply because he is elderly. But now, with Harris as the likely Democratic nominee, it's Donald Trump who is the old person in this race, and he becomes the oldest presidential nominee in U.S. history.
If the standards apply to Joe Biden are now to apply to Donald Trump,
he's 20 years older than her. He's
right.
20 years older than her.
Yes, he's
20. So
almost 20, yeah.
Almost 20 years older, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why Republicans are melting down, because suddenly he's the old guy in the race by a long shot.
Yeah.
They're publicly admitting that they are an oligarchy. They are not running a democracy. They are not running a representative republic. This is an oligarchy controlled by business interests.
Trump advisor Stephen Miller looks like he's about to have a stroke. Can somebody please check on him? Seriously, he's a fairly young guy who looks like he's out of control. And another reason that Miller and others in the Trump campaign may be losing it is because Kamala Harris has gotten out of the gate with a very fast start and some heavy-hitting campaign videos trashing Trump. Watch.
Sick of this? Well, think about this. He's a world leader in temper tantrums. She never loses her cool. She prosecuted sex predators. He is one.
Grab him by the...
She shut down for-profit colleges that swindled Americans. He was a for-profit college.
At Trump University, we teach success.
Literally. He's owned by the big banks. She's the attorney general who beat the biggest banks in America and forced them to pay homeowners $18 billion. He's tearing us apart. She'll bring us together. This is Trump. And in every possible way, this is the anti-Trump. So if that's what you're looking for in your next president, there's really only one. Kamala.
That ad went up just hours after President Biden announced he was withdrawing and endorsing Vice President Harris. So clearly, Kamala Harris and her associates were ready. On this day, Harris made her first public appearance since President Biden dropped out. Harris went before the cameras and microphones at the White House to oversee a tribute to NCAA championship sports teams. Harris began her remarks by paying homage to President Biden.
Our president, Joe Biden, wanted to be here today. He is feeling much better and recovering fast, and he looks forward to getting back on the road. And I wanted to say a few words about our president. Joe Biden's legacy of accomplishment over the past 3 years is unmatched in modern history. In one term, he has already, yes, you may clap. In one term, he has already surpassed the legacy of most presidents who have served 2 terms in office. And I first came to know President Biden through his son, Beau. We worked together as attorneys general in our states, and back then, Beau would often tell me stories about his dad. He would talk about the kind of father and the kind of man that Joe Biden is. The qualities that Beau revered in his father are the same qualities that I have seen every day in our president. His honesty, his integrity, his commitment to his faith and his family, his big heart, and his love, deep love of our country. And I am firsthand witness that every day our President Joe Biden fights for the American people, and we are deeply, deeply grateful for his service to our nation.
Those remarks certainly seemed authentic, and authenticity is a crucial component of any winning political candidate. So at a relatively easy speaking event, but with so many people watching, Harris seemed to do well. And by the way, here's what she said about the championship student athletes.
Every one of them is a national champion, a national champion. In America, tens of millions of people play a sport as a child, and the best of the best grow up to become national champions. Here today, we have 7 undefeated teams, 11 repeat champions, and 20 first-time winners.
Paying tribute to winners is a literal slam dunk for most politicians. Still, with so many people now paying close attention to Harris for perhaps the first time in a long time, this was a good event to reintroduce her to the public. It was simple and it was easy. And that's a wise place to begin amidst so much recent Democratic Party turmoil. The pivot from Biden to Harris has begun. And here's the transition from the anti-Trump Lincoln Project.
No one wanted it this way. Joe Biden is a good man, a good American, a great president. But time and the burden of the office means it's time to step aside, to put a warrior into the political arena, ready to take on Donald Trump, to face up to the un-American plan Trump and Project 2025 will impose. Vice President Kamala Harris is ready, experienced, and as a tough prosecutor, Kamala Harris dealt with men like Trump all the time. Rapists, con men, frauds, criminals. She's used to guys like Trump, used to putting them in their place.
Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America?
Kamala Harris will bring something to Trump he's rarely seen. Justice.
Powerful ad, and reality is clearly now sinking in on Trump MAGA world. Democrats have appended the 2024 presidential campaign, and many Republicans close to Donald Trump are literally going berserk. By the way, one of Donald Trump's fiercest supporters, Marjorie Taylor Greene, had a meltdown before Joe Biden withdrew from the 2024 campaign. For Greene, the trigger was a journalist from the UK.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
But
Because
what's your evidence?
No. You're the problem.
At the Republican National Convention, it was a Marjorie Taylor Greene meltdown.
Not
And I'm
lie.
asking you for
Not lie
evidence.
about. You don't get to ask any more questions. I'm done with you.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Tane Warner, who wrote, "This MTG creature is disturbing." Well said. I look forward to reading your comments about Trump and MAGA world melting down over the Democratic pivot from Biden to Harris. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.